Hi guys, welcome to video 1 of Niche Site Master. Really glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the course. What we're going to do in this course, as explained in the intro video, is just go through in a step-by-step format. So check out that intro video if you haven't already, as that will go through everything we're going to cover. But I'm just going to cover it through in a focused format, so you're going through the steps that you need, and then you can get going with this stuff quite quickly. The main thing to remember before we get into the stuff is just to do it. Just get forward and just start moving forward with this. With all courses like this, I'll just say, I like to say this at any course that I do, the main thing that holds people back is overthinking it, okay? It really doesn't matter if you get some of these wrong, because if you have enough people visiting a page, if you have something up and out there, you're far more likely to make money, and you've also got something that you can tweak and adjust. So I'd ask you to go through this and get something up and out there, and then if you do need my help as you go through and you start doing this, let me know, once you've got something up and out there, so I can then take a look and I can help you with it. But if you overthink it to the extent of not moving forward, it will be harder. Okay, so really excited. What I want to talk about now, and this is how I want to make the course different, is the niche. Okay, and I'm going to start off by saying we're going to, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to do a few videos on the niche area, because in this one I'm going to focus on ClickBank. Okay, the reason I called the course Niche Site Master was because we don't have to do ClickBank. Now there's a lot of confusion with ClickBank. You can run into a thing. I've been working with ClickBank for years and years, ever since they sort of right back in 2004, 2005, and when it looked a lot different and so on. And there's been a thing throughout the years with ClickBank, like it's some sort of magic thing because it's ClickBank, because you see so many people doing ClickBank strategies or building products on ClickBank. The main thing I've found through the years with ClickBank, the benefit is actually if you own a product, okay? And the other benefit of it is it's probably one of the larger, best known online affiliate marketplaces. Okay, so if you want to make money, like the main thing with ClickBank is that they pay quite a lot per sale. Most vendors offer 75% of a product sale. And that's the main benefit of it, is that you make a lot of money per sale. But you don't have to use ClickBank, okay? The main thing I want you to understand in this video is when you're picking your niche area, this is what I want you to do. So it's worth having a pen and paper and really putting some thought into this. When I said before about getting going on the course and getting moving on it, this is where you really want to think about it and spend time. And this is the part that no one spends any time on. I'm going to give you another video on the niche for a quick money making method if you just want to get something up and out there. But this is the recommended way. And what I want you to do is, number one, before you start looking through ClickBank or anywhere else, I want you to try and pick a niche where you've got some experience, or if you haven't got any experience, where you've got an interest. And I'll tell you why. When I got started with ClickBank building my own products, I went into the gaming niche because I had an interest, and I wasn't the best gamer in the world. You get people paid millions of dollars now to compete with games professionally. But I did have an interest in them, and I enjoyed playing games, so it was a perfect fit for me. Okay, so that's the sort of thing that you want to think about, is something that's a really good fit for you. You don't have to be the best in the world at it, and you don't even have to be, because you're going to find a product to promote. Okay, but what I want you to do, instead of just doing what everyone does and going for a high gravity product, your results will be far better if, number one, you have some interest in the area, and ideally that you've got some knowledge in it as well. Okay, so for instance, I've just brought up some things here. This one here, a few examples, and I'll also give you here we go. Okay, so that's going without the sound. Woodworking plans. Okay, so maybe you're a DIYer Okay, and I won't do, I know when people are doing courses and you see this, it's really annoying because you sort of think, oh, get on with the stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to go through and show you loads and loads of examples and all things that you may not be interested in. But what I'm saying is that with all of these areas, okay, you will have things that you're good at and you'll have things that you're bad at. And what I'm trying to say is don't just go into a niche area that you've got no interest in because you think it's going to sell well. Okay, I'll explain that in the next video with the quick niche method, but this is the recommended way. I recommend that you go for something that's congenial to you, that you have an interest in, that you want to get into, or that you're ideally something that you can do. For instance, on that example, if you were good at woodworking, it would be a perfect fit for you. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing that I want you to do, and I'll give some examples as we go through the course, some recommended in the second video and a quicker way of doing it. The second thing I want you to understand though is that you don't have to go for the highest gravity product because the gravity just reflects how many affiliate sales a product has. Okay, and also it doesn't mean that this product here has had 134 affiliate sales in the last 90 days. What it actually means is that number is awarded and it's a value between 0.1 and 1 based on the frequency of the affiliate sales. So you have to be careful because if someone's got a big email list and they've got lots of joint venture partners and they're all sending out emails, they could launch a product on ClickBank and it would look like it's doing really, really well and shooting up in the rankings, and all these affiliates would jump on thinking it's the sales page that's converting when it's the marketing. Okay, so what that means and the benefit of that to you is that there are thousands of products on ClickBank, and most people don't do well on ClickBank because you need to understand how to market the product. Okay, because affiliates will only promote products that are actually selling, and they look at that gravity figure to do so to see whether it's selling. But look at this one, for instance, cat spraying no more. That in my opinion is a really good niche area, and I don't mean that anyone's got an interest in cat spraying everywhere because no one has, but if you can't find an interest that you're really into, find a big problem, and that's definitely a problem if you've got cat spraying everywhere and it's a really, really closed in niche. I mean, if I said to you, what keywords are people going to type in to stop their cat spraying? It's a really closed in sort of niche area that's a good one to go for. Okay, so if you can't find something that's in a really massive interest or hobby of yours, definitely go for something that solves a massive problem. And the more niche you can get at that, the better if you're going down that route. Okay, so here's some this video is for some ideas on the niche area. It does require some thought. What I would suggest you do is on the left here you've got all the categories. We'll get into how to verify a product, whether it's any good, and you know, but the first thing that you want to do is go into an area where you've actually got some experience, where you've got an interest of yours, okay, and then see if there's any product on the ClickBank marketplace that's a good fit. So, you know, because so many people jump on, if you jump on fitness and so on, it doesn't matter if you really enjoy fitness and you're going to write all the articles up on it, but if you're just not interested in it and you're just doing it for sales, you're probably not going to go forward on it. Whereas if you've got some knowledge on it or even some information that you can give that's not freely available, that's the sort of thing. If you really can't get the interest thing and you're like, I just don't know what to do, go for a big problem. Okay, so like that cat spraying thing. Another thing that you have to be careful with, but another huge thing is health and fitness. You have to be careful, and I'll show you why. Remedies. Okay, so this is a perfect example of huge problems. Diabetes freedom, matrix pain cream. Okay, that's actually a physical product, so and that's selling quite well. Okay, you have to be careful. Gout solution, 70 gravity. The thing to be careful of is don't go for, I mean, you know, when you just use your common sense with that. I think it's a bit underhand, diabetes freedom and stuff like that, because it's, if someone's got, is it type 1 diabetes, and you're saying you can be free from it. I mean, yeah, that's what. So obviously use common sense on it, make sure the product's good, and we're going to be looking at that in this course. But the reason I'm showing you is because these are perfect examples of real problems, okay, and they're the ones that will sell. So if you, it's not like an interest, you're like, oh yeah, one of my interests is hyperthyroidism, you know. It's not like going to be a huge interest, but it is a huge problem for people. So if you can find something in there, anything in health and fitness, even down to like meditation and stuff like that, and all that sort of stuff going. And if we look at spiritual health and things like that, you'll find lots of little niches that are quite interesting, like this one, Pure Reiki Healing Master. Okay, so if you're in the new age stuff and you enjoy that, just have a look through. This is the first task, and we're going to explore different ways of picking niches in the next few videos. But what I want you to do now is get a pen and paper for this video, and please do this task, it will really help you, and write down all of your hobbies. Don't worry about how obscure they are or anything like that, just write down as many as you can, okay, and then go and find go to the categories and see if there's any products on your hobbies. After you've done hobbies, or if you can't think of any that it's not coming freely to your mind, think of things that you can do in a skill format. Okay, so you might like what we looked at, you might go, well, I can't think of any hobbies, but you might go, I really like doing DIY around the house, that's what I enjoy doing. Okay, so then go into your skills. Okay, so interests first, hobbies, and then go in, and you'll find that they're fit together. But if you can't think of that, go into what you can do. That's really, really important, because if you can do something, if you've got knowledge in something and it's a product on ClickBank, not only can you make sales as an affiliate, but you might get to the point where you want to release your own product. So with me and that, it was sort of both. A hobby of mine was gaming, and it was also a skill I had because I was all right at games. I actually went on to have a lot of products developed by someone far better than me at the game to actually sell. But that's a good example. Okay, so get into something that, start looking at something that is a skill. Okay, if you're struggling with both of them, then look at problems. Okay, there's problems, so think about solving a problem. What problem do you think people rather, and you can see here, so like what we were looking at, like health and fitness, men's health. I mean, you've even got like all this sort of stuff, penis enlargement remedy and so on, and you can see the sort of gravity on them. Obviously you don't, with that sort of stuff being a bit racy and so on, if you're going to use paid ads, but I'm just showing you this sort of there's all sorts of things that you can go into that are actual. The bigger the problem, this is the best thing I'm trying to explain. So the third thing is, the bigger the problem, the more people will pay for a solution. Okay, so if you can't think of hobbies, you can't think of skills, you'll want to start looking at big problems. And it's not just health. I mean, you can look through any of these and see which products actually solve a problem. So another really good example we looked at was cat spraying. Another really good example would be woodworking plans, brain training for dogs. Okay, and you'll see that it correlates with how well the product's doing as well. So you can actually see how well the product's doing. I actually had a product in this niche, how to build a chicken coop, that did really, really well. And I actually found a subset niche in how to build a chicken coop with how to protect your chickens from predators. I actually found that was the thing after looking into it and what people really wanted help with. They didn't want help building a chicken coop, they wanted help with protecting it from predators and so on. So I can verify that niche. I had a lot of success in that niche. So you're just looking at here we go, how to house train and potty train any dog. Okay, aquaponics, an evolution. So that's like I think that's to do with special compost made from ponds and so on. So it doesn't matter how obscure, anything that solves a problem. So don't worry about picking a niche yet. What I want you to do is just start writing them down, and then go to the relevant area with what you come up with, and just have a look through and see if you have any fits and write some down. We will get into how to actually look at the sales page and the product, and I'll show you a way that you can do it that will get you really, really good conversions when you go to promote it. But for now, just follow those steps and get that done, and then you'll be ready for the next section, where I'll show you the quick way of picking a product. If you absolutely can't do that, I wanted to include something that's a quicker way if you're finding that really difficult, and I'll show you that in the next video. So I hope that all makes sense, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.